Engaging in combat in this game is about patience, awareness, and game sense. The players who climb fast aren't just good at combos, they're good at knowing when not to fight. Here's how to sharpen your game sense and master the art of engaging. Number 1. Numbers and positioning. Ask yourself, do I have any allies nearby? If not, don't take that fight. Even trading kills is bad because you just gave the enemy free XP. If you do have allies nearby, are they moving towards the fight with you? Or does it look like they're about to turn for farm? Don't assume they'll follow. You need to learn to read their intentions. Numbers snowball fights faster than anything else. Even the best combos won't win a 1v3. Before diving in, glance at the minimap. Where are your allies and where are the enemies? Only force fights when your team is nearby and ready to engage. If allies are split pushing or farming, stall instead of fighting. Time is on your side. And remember, punish the enemies when they're outnumbered, not the other way around. Number 2. Health, cooldowns, and power spikes. Going into a fight at half HP? That's already an uphill battle. If your super attack or divine cards are down, you're not fighting at full strength. Here's a common mistake: blowing everything in one trade, then sticking around with nothing left. Without any skills, you're basically free XP. The fix? Keep tabs on your abilities and try to keep track of your opponent's skills. If your super skills, your skills, and/or your divine cards are down, disengage and reset. Try to communicate with their team, let them know when your key skills are back. And don't forget power spikes. Hitting a key level, unlocking an ultimate, or a transformation is often the perfect time to engage. If your team just hit level 7 while the enemy is still stuck at 6, that's your moment. Do not hesitate. Number 3. Level management wins games. That first skirmish really sets the tone for the entire game. Work with your lane partner to clear mobs fast and rush to the Kai. Getting there first means early pressure and early EXP. Falling behind in levels is brutal in this game. Unlike other MOBAs like Pokemon Unite or Honor of Kings, there's no jungler to bail you out, so it puts pressure on you to win lanes or rotate intelligently. If you see your teammates getting pushed back in another lane, rotate. Especially if your Zeno is already pushing their God of Destruction in your lane, you won't lose any base pressure, and your help can flip the fight elsewhere. Number 4. Objective awareness. You need to ask yourself, what happens if I fight here? What do I gain? What's the clock at? If you die right before the boss spawns, your team just handed the enemy free control. And don't fall for the trap of thinking you have to take bosses the second they spawn. That's the bait. Fights are only worth it if they help secure objectives, not if they leave your team shorthanded at the worst time. Instead, wait for openings when your team has the number advantage, when your cooldowns are up, or the enemy just wasted a key skill or super skill. A clean fight into boss objectives is how you snowball games. A messy fight at the wrong time just feeds the enemy. Mistiming fights just basically spoon feeds EXP and objective buffs to the enemy. Number 5. The fight or flee decisions. Here's the breakdown. Engage when you have numbers, health, cooldowns, and an objective is in play. Re-engage when you briefly back off to let cooldowns reset or bait enemy abilities. Flee whenever you're outnumbered, objectives aren't really contested, or if the rest of your team is already retreating. And that's the trap a lot of players fall into: mismanaging retreats. The fight's lost, but instead of falling back together, everyone scatters. You get picked off one by one, eventually feeding even more XP. If you know that it's lost, just disengage early. Better 0 deaths than 3 staggered respawns. Number 6. Common mistakes to avoid. Let's run through some of the most common game sense mistakes I see in Gekishin Squadra. Tunnel vision on kills. That enemy flashing red HP is tempting, but chasing the enemy halfway across the map while leaving your team vulnerable is never worth it. Sometimes letting someone escape is the smarter play. Overstaying a fight. You just want to fight, but instead of resetting, you tower dive on half HP, and respawn enemies just come and clean up. Discipline beats greed. Secure what's safe, reset, and prepare for the next objective. Forgetting to peel. Tanks and supports chase too deep, leaving their backline to die. If your carry is getting jumped, peel immediately. One saved attacker oftentimes leads to victorious fights. Wasting your crowd control. Don't blow your stun on the first enemy you see. Try to save your CC for enemy carries or opponents who are diving. Holding on to it for too long is also detrimental to your team's success. Learning to have a feeling for when the moment is right can oftentimes make the difference between losing your carry and wiping out the enemy team. Farming while the fight happens. If your team is grouping and you're still clearing lane, you're already late. A single team fight win is worth more than a few extra minions. Keep an eye on the map and rotate early. In short, the art of engaging is all about sharpening your game sense. Reading numbers, checking resources, managing levels, and knowing when to fight or when to wait. Sometimes the smartest play isn't charging in, it's holding back, rotating, or setting up for the next fight instead. Build that discipline, and you'll instantly separate yourself from the average player base. Once you master those, you'll stop door dashing free XP to the enemy team and begin to control every fight. And that's it, your complete beginner's guide to Dragon Ball Gekishin Squadra. If you found this helpful, drop a like, and let me know in the comments what else players seem to be doing wrong. And be sure to drop by my channel to check out other guides like this, and hit the subscribe button as there is a lot more content coming your way. Until next time, good luck out there, and remember, it's not about being the strongest solo fighter, it's about winning together.